Time for Mr. Truck, reviewing the latest innovations for your truck and trailer.
Hey, boys and girls, welcome to my world. Today in MrTruck.com in the bunker, I'm going to have a special guest. I'm talking to the man, the bullseye, the one and only Andre. Andre, where are you?
I am right here, Kent. Mr. Truck, thank you for having me on your show. Of course, I'm with TFLtruck.com, and I'm glad to be on your show.
Well, this is cool. This is, what we do when we're stuck with this virus in the bunker. Say, I really like that RV review did the Prevost. That thing, what is that, $3 or $4 million? I mean, that looks like a lot of money there. That was awesome.
Yeah, I did a recent video with Transwest. Transwest is one of our partners. You work with them. We work with them at TFL Truck. And I saw, they're doing these Facebook videos, right?
Right, a lot of them.
Yeah, and I saw this Prevo. They call it the H345. So it's a 45-footer, but this is a top-of-the-line machine. It's the most expensive machine, motorhome. I call it machine because it's more than just an RV. It's really amazing, and it's multi-million-dollar RV.
Yeah, it's a condo on wheels. I've seen several of them. The Prevost, there's a lot of those bodybuilders that use Prevost. They've been around forever, and yeah, they're high dollar. I've been in quite a few of those from Featherlight and everybody else, but I know Transwest would have one of the best conversions of anybody.
Yeah, and it was a conversion by Emerald, and they're the bodybuilder.
They are. Well, I know that they're like the only Prevost dealer in the area. I don't know how many states they cover, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. Well, I sure miss our trucking trucks. We used to be a team, man. We'd get Zoomed and we'd be in person, and I'm hoping we can do that sometime again.
Yeah, I hope so too. We used to do a truck live show every Friday. We kind of paused that show for now. So I'm happy to be here with you right now. But as we figure this out, as we kind of transition back to the office, maybe we could restart it at some later time.
That would be good. We need to be driving some trucks together, doing some more truck reviews, get some big ones. I think
well, hey, you know what? Everybody's asking for the new 2020 Ram Heavy Duty with the Hemi.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying hard. Remember, I almost had the truck before the virus, and then they killed it. They stopped it, and then finally, I think I can get it in 2 weeks. So maybe we can do a video together.
Well, that'd be cool. We got plenty of trailers we can go play with. Get a big gooseneck horse trailer from Transwest. Yeah. But you just got back from California, didn't you? And that you guys are converting 250 into like a kind of a Raptor kind of thing. Did you get it all finished out there? Is that back in Colorado?
Yeah, I did. This is very exciting. So we have, as the 2020 F250. It's got the Godzilla engine. And we bought kind of a base truck. It's an XLT four-wheel drive. It's a crew cab. And we call that project Super Tremor. And I know it's a little confusing because we didn't buy a Tremor, but what we were trying to do is build a truck that's maybe in some ways, not every way, but in some ways better than a Tremor. So we went to Carly Suspension in Orange County, Southern California, and they're the top-notch suspension builders for big trucks. My goodness, we used, and we're in the process of building this. So this truck, we teased it, right? But we haven't unveiled the entire thing. So we used their top-of-the-line pin-top suspension system, and this is using King shocks. So, I mean, this is not Fox, but this is top-of-the-line suspension with springs and a lot of other components.
Cool. So can this go airborne? Can you go jumping like you do the Raptor? Or?
So I asked them, how Ford and all the other manufacturers never recommend jumping, right?
Oh, really?
But the guys at Carly, I asked them, can I do a small jump in this big Super Duty? And they said yes.
Wow. Well, I mean, at the last Raptor event we went to, we were jumping hills and we were airborne. And they took pictures of it. So it's kind of weird. They let us jump at those events, but then they don't recommend it. Well, what the world? And They didn't crush all the Raptors we used that day.
Right. It was a very, I remember that was in Utah, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a track that
It was,
they teach people.
yeah, I guess, I mean, they had a special prepared jump, right? That was really nice, kind of a hill at the stadium. But yeah, but if you're doing it in your backyard and you land on the wrong place, that could be bad.
Yeah, in the backyard, you could land in a lot of bad places. Yeah, you need like a track. You need it out in the middle in the wilderness. I've been up in the hills with some of these truck reviews lately. They just did the Ram Rebel with the diesel and the four-corner air, and that was fun. We went climbing up there to Bunch School, me and my oldest son. But anywho, that sounds cool. So you're going to do. I saw something in the video you already published about a camper. So you're really planning on going on the road with this thing, huh?
Yeah. So we have the suspension kind of working. Then we also partnered with a couple of other teams and companies, KMC wheels. So we got some really heavy duty, really nice wheels. And then also Falcon tires. So we went to Wild Peak tires, and these are 37s.
Wow.
So now this truck, the stock Tremor is riding on 35-inch tall tires. So of course we wanted to go something larger and taller. So we went to 37, and suspension was specially prepared for that. And then I told the guys at Carly, I said, I'm going to put a camper in the back that weighs around 1,500 to 1,600 pounds. And they built special springs and shocks in the rear specifically for the camper. So this was very amazing.
Well, that's cool. You guys are really going to be set for some good trips this summer. Well, what did I noticed? The Falcon tires are really taking off. I know a lot of people buying Falcons for the trucks. It used to be, the KOs all you hear about now. A lot of my friends all went to Falcon. So, apparently they're just not made for drifting Mustangs anymore. They now are in the truck market, and that's good. It's good to have competition. You always like that competition. Well, that's cool. I hope you guys go on the road sometime with that. Of course, I don't know if I can sleep in that camper or not. I'd hit my head on the door. I mean, I don't know. I got to have pretty good accommodations.
Well, you're going to take the Prevost, right? You're going to take the Prevost.
I can take a Prevost. Well, your other vehicle, did you get a camper for the truck number 2 you're taking? Or is that
so basically what we're building up to, right? So we got the F-250 truck, Ford. We're putting a camper from Four Wheel Campers. Really high quality, like I said, aluminum construction, really strong for off-roading. And then Tommy with the TFLtruck team, right? He's also building up a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. So we already published one video about it. So he went with Jeep Performance Parts, and we teamed up with Johnson Auto Plaza there. And Mopar Jeep Performance Parts with suspension lift, bigger tires, 35-inch tall tires. And he's going to put a bed rack in the back and a tent in the back.
Oh, a tent. Oh, okay, cool. I guess there's a lot of overlanding stuff out there. It's pretty popular. Well, I got another project truck. I sold 3 of them when I moved out here in the middle of the wilderness, and I just bought my very first Jeep.
What?
Yes.
What year is it? Tell me about it.
Okay, it is in 1987, but it's got, did it show up there?
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Okay. Yeah, it's got flames, man. That's why I bought it. It's got flames. I've never had a vehicle with flames. But no, my first Jeep, and it's a 87. It has a 96 Jeep Cherokee engine, so it's a high output 4-liter, the one everybody talks about. 5-speed manual. He took out that Peugeot transmission like you guys had in that one. Was it a Comanche or whatever that little pickup was? You guys had all the problems with the Peugeot, so they took all that out of this one, and it's got a regular Chrysler 5-speed. And of course, you can see it's plain tires and all that. So I'm going to go to the 33. I don't think I can get 35. You can see the shackles in the front. So it's got about a 2-inch lift just with the longer shackles on the hangers. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to put probably 33s on there. And then I'm going to have Ruben, my mechanic, put lockers front and rear. I got my KC lights and my roll bar, and I got my bikini top. And it's cool. This guy really spent a lot of time on it. He put an all-new aluminum dash in, took all that plastic crap that's in these Wranglers. So he did a lot of good stuff to it. I'm going to be able to haul the grandkids now with seat belts and all kinds of stuff. So hopefully next week we're going to take it up to that Moffett Tunnel thing and see what happens with there.
What year is it?
It's an 87. And
87.
the engine is a 96 Cherokee high output 4-liter inline six. Now everybody's going inline sixes. I'm right there with them. I got my inline six. But anyway, that's a very good engine. That was a very good engine for AMC. And I think toward the end, I think Chrysler themselves started making the engine. But I'm learning a lot about these. But yeah, we're going to probably be doing a video on which locker to get. I mean, we're looking at Torson's. We're looking at, ARB, all that stuff. Me and Ruben are going to figure out which one's the best one, maybe which one's the cheapest. But anyway, we're going to do that. So I'm going to get some big lug tires and go to 33s. Right now they're 31, 11.5s, 15s. So I got plenty of stuff to do to this, and hopefully we'll get our first light run next week. As Moffat Tunnel, that run up there is pretty easy. I've seen all kinds of vehicles going up there,
but this thing is all street legal, right? You could drive it anywhere.
It is. Originally, when I looked for Jeeps, and I spent a lot of time comparing them, came down to a CJ7 and this one. I really liked the CJ7, but it had body lift and all that. But I mean, it was a hillbilly truck, so a lot of things weren't quite right on it. You had to pull a spring to start it and some other things. And I really liked it, and it had enough room. That's the thing about CJ7. They got steering wheels, don't hitch in the belly. They're up further, where CJ5 hitch you. These Wranglers hitch you. And so it's got a 15-inch steering wheel. I don't think it's smaller one. I couldn't find any. I was trying to find a smaller steering wheel. I guess that means I got to get a smaller belly. I guess that's the only plan I've got left. But yeah, so this one it can be street legal. I probably won't legalize it for a while. I'll take it up the hills and get all the things done to it and then decide. So now we're just going to trade around and see how it works. If I can get this and an ATV on my tilt trailer and try that out. I've got the what's that called? Nissan Titan coming next week. So I'll try to pull the trailer with the Jeep on it next week as we go up to the mountains and see what we can do. Okay. That's my plan. And then for my, next week, I think I'm going to be interviewing Gen Y, the big hitch company. It'll be Carl Borkhalter and I are going to be on the Zoom thing, and I'm going to ask him a lot of questions and see what new products he's got coming out and go over a lot of that. So that'll be interesting, and that's hopefully that'll be on the air next week. I've got an expedition video got to come out next, and this is what we're doing here. And I appreciate you coming online with me and telling me about what's going on. So, what you got big plans for next week or this week? I guess we're into a new week.
Yeah, I mean, we had, I guess, the holiday weekend, right? We had the Memorial Day. It was good. I really like your flag, by the way, in the background.
Thanks.
So I wanted to continue a little bit along the Ford and the Jeep, right? So we're building the 2 overland trucks for camping and driving off-road. And this summer, it's all leading up to this big project, right? So this summer, we have this plan, and it's coming together. It's not all done yet, but probably at the end of July and or August, we want to take the Trans-America Trail all the way almost coast to coast. So starting in the Atlanta area in Georgia. So the plan would be to kind of fly into Atlanta, drive to one of the beginning points of this trail, and it's all dirt. So this trail was created, I don't know, several decades ago by some off-road motorcycle guys, but now anybody can drive it really with a vehicle. So we're taking both the Jeep Gladiator and the Ford F-250, and we're calling that project No Pavement Needed. So basically, we're going to be on dirt. We're going to be camping in the tent or the camper. Of course, I've got a big truck. I've got an F-250 with a big giant camper on it. So I'm living the high life. I'm going to be really kind of luxury camping. Tommy and Roman are going to be in a tent. So
That's good. Well, you're used to those pop-up campers. You've had one on your last diesel truck. So all about them, and that's good. This is the way to do it. If you're going to do that kind of a trip, get brand new trucks, 2020s, both of them are, and then you got a chance of not breaking down. If you had 20-year-old trucks, you'd have to have a rescue support team behind you. But no, this is the way to do it. This is the best way to do it with those new trucks. And you can find out just how good they are, and hopefully something will break down, and we'll be able to build to see what it is.
Yeah, totally. So, and we're going cross country. We don't have everything baked yet, but obviously we want to involve the whole team, right? And when we get back here to Colorado, maybe we should take your Jeep out with us, and go somewhere.
Well, that'd be fun.
And then so that's the first half, right? Getting from Atlanta, from Georgia, back to our headquarters in Colorado. And then the second half is actually harder because now you have to go kind of northwest and go through Colorado, maybe hit Walden Dunes, right?
Yeah.
And then go through Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, and then near Portland, Oregon, you actually go to the coast all the way down. So, and this is all dirt, all rocks, all mud. So this is going to be a huge project where it's going to take a lot of work.
Well, that's an ideal plan. Hey, you know what we should do? When you get to Colorado, Nathan can get a Suzuki Samurai, and I'll take my Jeep Wrangler, and we'll join the group, man. We can be your backup. We can see how far we can go. We probably won't go all the way, but that would be fun. We can try out the two misfits here, man. My first Jeep and that Samurai with Nathan. That would be fun. We'll do something together.
Yeah, absolutely. Nathan he did some modifications to the Samurai. So we have a couple of videos working. He's been working on some videos already. So I'm very excited. So the Suzuki is coming back. It's got a couple mods that he kind of talked about during our live show, remember?
Yeah.
A couple times.
I remember, yeah.
So that Suzuki is coming back, and I want to see that Samurai, because I think it's also like an 85 or an 87.
Yeah.
Go up against your Jeep.
Yeah, that would be cool. I get my lockers front and rear and my bigger tires, and we'll be ready to rock and roll Ayatollah.
So wait, so you said you sold your other projects for now?
Well, those other ones, you know, I had Dodgezilla, and I had that a step-side Chevy, and I had that Ford, what are those tall things called? High Boys.
Yes.
Yeah, I sold all those so I could move. It was very expensive moving this far. It took, 10 trailer loads and then 12 dump load trailer loads and then the flatbed hauling all of our vehicles. Yeah, it was an enormous thing. I haven't moved all that stuff in 26 years. So yeah, that took all my money. So I sold those 3 project trucks, and I really hated selling Dodgezilla, but it's for a good cause. And now I got to start over with new project trucks, and this is my first Jeep, and you'll see this in several of my truck reviews coming up because I get a kick out of it. I mean, everybody wants to have a Jeep. You just want to make sure it's built right because there's a lot of things on there that need some adjustment that they've changed on the newer ones. So the older ones, you got to be part mechanic and part body man to keep them all rocking and rolling. But when I go to the Bunt School Ring where I go, there's always hundreds of Jeeps up there. They're all over the place, so it's quite a deal, and I want to get that experience too. I mean, I've done all that with 4-wheel drives, and I've driven several Jeeps, reviewing them. But this way, I'll get the full experience. Right now, we're working on some wiring. The alternator's having some problems, and I just finished the exhaust on it, so I've got a thrush like a cherry bomb on it. So yeah, it's fun to do. My son and I, my youngest son and I, we're working on this project, see what we can get done. But yes, indeed.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah, and we're obviously always publishing videos. You know that. So TFLtruck, we're moving along. We're going to publish another Jeep Gladiator build soon this week. We're also working on another review, and we're finishing Truck Madness. So we've been doing this Truck Madness stuff, and this Sunday, the 31st of May, we're finishing all the voting. So it's been kind of it's something we haven't tried before, but we're letting people, we're just presenting it, but all the viewers are voting. So we're not doing any judging or anything like that.
Well, that's cool. Looked like the Raptor was still in the running, wasn't it? Last time I looked at the video.
Yeah, so the final championship right now, the final vote is between the Ford Raptor and the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. So they two kind of came up. We started with 12 trucks in Truck Madness, and all of them kind of got voted out, and finally these two came out. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds like fun. People, haven't been able to watch sports in a while, so I guess they can watch your channel. But that's
the idea. And of course, Steven Elmer, he's on TFL Off-Road, so he's doing all kinds of stuff there. We're still doing some home edition videos where people send us videos.
Yeah.
So we're doing still a couple of those, and people are sending us side-by-sides, trucks, all kinds of vehicles. So yeah, it's we're staying busy, and of course TFL Now, we got all the news, still kind of rolling.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, I guess hopefully maybe sometime within the next month we'll be driving trucks together and doing something.
Yeah, I think in June we'll get it done because we have to, right? We have to keep going.
Yeah, I haven't been to the restaurants in Dillon in a long time.
I wonder if they're still open.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. We'll find some Russian waitresses. That's what we'll do. We'll go eat some omelets.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'm excited. I'm excited, of course. So thank you for having me on your show.
Yes, certainly. Thanks for joining me, and it was fun. And we'll get this video up and make you famous. That's what we do. We'll make you famous. So thanks for joining us, folks. This will be up here real soon, and you can see my new project Jeep, my very first one. Next time.
Thank you.
Last 2 years, I had 5 trailer tire blowouts. Each time it happens, it tears up a fender, cracks my clearance lights, demolishes my license plates. Trailer tires are so close together, they throw nails at each other. And if you've trailered much, you know that trailer tires are not the best made. There's only a handful that are any good. And they're not as good as truck tires. So, I wanted a way to monitor my air pressure and my heat on my trailer tires. So I know when something's about to happen. Before it happens, it costs me a pile of money. Now you can know what you can't see. Real-time tire pressure and temperature. There's a low battery alarm, a high pressure alarm, a low pressure alarm, high heat alarm. So I wanted one that would go inside the tire like they do on my truck. And, you know, I've tried those kind that just screw on your valve stem. They're about the size of golf balls. And of course, if you got a horse tied to the trailer, he'll paw it off or chew it off. And those are like 50 bucks a piece, so they're easy to get stolen too. Everything I was looking for was in this unit. The tire pressure unit's inside the tire, out of the way. Just one repeater on the trailer to amplify the wireless signal to the truck, and just a wireless receiver monitor in the truck.